Welcome to video 19 in a series of introductory videos for SolidCAM. This video's topic is drilling in the turning or mill turn module. So the drilling toolpath found in the turning module can be found here. We'll just say add turning operation. It actually is very simple because what you're doing here with the drilling is you're doing this on a basic lathe, just a 2D machine. So the drill just goes down the center line. So that's why there is no geometry section. We can go right to choosing our tool. In this case, I'm just going to choose the tool that I pre-selected here, just my 1-inch drill. The mounting is really just either one way or the other over here. Levels, as we've seen in the previous turning videos, the levels is just the safety distance away from the part. Under technology, because it is just a simple drilling, we can tell it where we want it to start and where we want it to end. So in this case, we'll start at this face and we'll end at the back face. And as always, like we saw in the other milling videos, when that gets that green color there, it's associative. So this tool will start and end at those faces, no matter what shape the tool takes, the part takes. And also, like we saw in video 7, when you're doing drilling inside SolidCAM, you have the ability to tell it not only where how deep you want to go with the drill, but now if the tool tip, the cutter tip, the drill tip goes down to that level, or if you want to bury the tip of the drill at its full diameter at that level. So I'm going to do a full diameter there. And if you were doing some sort of countersink or something at the front end, you could use the diameter value to control the major diameter of that countersink. If you're using a tool that can be both a turning tool and a drill, let's say it has a flat bottom, you can check this box for flat bottom. And if you wanted to do a center shift to use that tool to do an even larger diameter hole, then you have the center shift here, and it just shifts it from the Z-axis. As a drill, we can choose our drill cycle in the section here. Depending on your post, you'll have the different drill cycles here depending on whatever you've asked for the post team to put in your post. And then in the link, we have the approach point and the retract point. We just do a save and calculate, and you can see basically it just comes in and goes out. Now, because in turning toolpaths, the previous toolpaths update the turn stock, and then every other toolpath is relying on that tool stock for things like how much to remove and that sort of thing, like we've seen in the previous videos. As soon as I created that drilling operation, that turning operation that I had on screen needs to be recalculated. So what I could do is either I can close out of this operation and then synchronize and calculate that one toolpath, or what we've done is we've added this button here called Save and Calculate Related Operations. Since all the turning operations are related by the updated stock, if I made a change to this toolpath and I want to update everything related to that, in this case, everything that comes after, instead of clicking on Save and Calculate, I can click on Save and Calculate Related Operations. Now you can see that that turning toolpath has been updated, as well as the drilling toolpath I'm currently on. So by drilling that 1-inch hole, this turning toolpath now comes and just finishes the rest of that diameter. But let's say you had some live tooling. So we're not going to use the turning drilling. Let me just suppress that. But we're going to use some live tooling. We will actually mount a drill in our turret, and the drill will spin rather than the part. The part will stay stationary. So we're using a milling module drilling toolpath, which is what I've done here. So everything is the same. I've chosen as my geometry that same hole. I've chosen that drill, same drill. Levels, back face and front face, go full diameter. And under technology, pretty much everything is the same. If I do a save and calculate on that, and we'll just do a quick solid verify on that, I drill the same hole. Now the issue with that is it might be a more effective way to drill the hole, or maybe on my machine, I only get a certain accuracy, or my preference is to do it this way. But what happens inside SolidCAM is even though it updates this version of the stock, it does not update the turn stock. There's nothing in there that says for the turning updated stock, this representation of the stock, that drill has done anything. Meaning that as soon as I go outside of this toolpath and again recalculate this turning toolpath, it again wants to start dead center of the part. It does not recognize that that drill has updated the stock, even though if we were to run this G code, we will actually have drilled that hole. So what do we do with milling toolpaths that we want to update the turn stock in the turning module? Well, every milling toolpath in the miscellaneous parameters section has this checkbox here that says update material boundary. As soon as I check that box and recalculate, it'll recalculate that toolpath, but it's going to take a little longer because what it's doing now is it's updating the turn stock as well. Next to the milling toolpath that I'm doing this with, you'll see a little blue circle on that icon. So in this case, this drill, I'm asking this drill to update the turn stock, and that's what that little blue circle is right there. So now that I have that, if I synchronize and calculate the turning toolpath now, it still recognizes the hole, just like we did with that turning toolpath. So let's take a look at that together. I'm just going to highlight some of these operations. We'll do a simulation, turning, and I'll just go through one operation at a time. So I just included the grooving because that was right before the drill. If we run through this, it doesn't actually show the drill, it just shows the result of that drill. So the hole has now been drilled, and then when we go to do our turning can go and basically continue as if that hole was done using a turning toolpath. Any questions on this or anything else from SolidCAM, you can always give us a call at 1-866-975-1115, extension 2. You can send us your parts and your questions via the ticket system at solidcamsupport.com. And stay tuned for the rest of the videos on this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.